And still, the baddest motherfucker is Max Blessed Holloway. He retains his BMF belt. And he comes in clutch for your boy because the rest of the main card, oh, we don't talk about that. I went 0 for 4 to start, and Max Holloway came in clutch. But that was a scary fight, though. I mean, Holloway had a strong start. He uh, dropped Poirier twice in the first round. I'm like, oh, shoot, Max might actually finish this. Dustin recovers both times. Then round two, Holloway's about to finish him again, has Dustin doing the chicken dance. Um, but Dustin survives, and then Dustin almost comes back at the end of the second round. I think he hurt him with the knee and then followed up with a barrage of punches. Max went down. He almost went for the gilly. I'm like, yo, is he about to win his last fight by guillotine? I'm like, please, MMA gods, don't let Holloway go 0-3 to this man. I love Dustin, but I wasn't trying to see Max go 0-6 in trilogies. But then Max Holloway came back, won the third round, so I think Holloway had 3 rounds. And then I think the only round you could give Poirier was maybe the fourth. And then round five, clearly Holloway won. Holloway points to the center like the last 10 seconds. Honestly, that was kind of sad to watch though, because Dustin wanted no parts of that brawl. Like, he immediately clinched. He's like, nope, it's my last fight. I don't want to risk getting knocked out. I don't want to risk being a highlight reel. So, yeah, he just hugged Max towards the end. And I was nervous when Bruce was announcing the decision, but once I heard 49-46, I knew Max Holloway had it. But yeah, like I said in my prediction video, I said Holloway will win because he is the more improved between the two. That Dustin, still dangerous, still stylistically difficult, which he showed tonight, he's not going to improve anymore. He's 36. This is his last fight. He's going to be hungry to not want to go out on a loss and give it his all, but he's plateauing. Whereas Holloway has more to give to this sport. It's better for the sport if he wins, and he knew that. And I just knew that Holloway's improvements were going to shine. And I did say, if Holloway can avoid getting hurt, then he will outstrike Dustin. Because, like I said, in that second fight, in moments where Holloway wasn't getting hurt, Max Holloway um, was piecing Poirier up, landing more volume. And it was the same thing for this fight, but a major difference between fight two and fight three is this time Holloway looked bigger than Poirier. He had more power, maybe not more power than him. They both had power, but he had more power than he had in that last fight. Way more power. He hit harder. Hence why he dropped Dustin. He was able to get Dustin's respect, and Dustin couldn't just comfortably put on the pressure on Holloway like he was able to do, in that first fight. Or, sorry, the second fight. That first fight is almost so forgettable because it was like so long ago. But yeah, Max was the more improved fighter, only got hurt once. And if Dustin couldn't hurt him, Dustin wasn't the better striker. And it didn't help Dustin that he got dropped 3 times in the first 2 rounds. Like, you could argue round one was a 10-8 for Max Holloway. I gave round one a 10-8 for Max. And if Max didn't get hurt towards the end of round two, I would have given it a 10-8 round to Holloway as well. He would have had 2 10-8. So in my opinion, it's 49-45 Max Holloway. But I'm glad he finally defeated his boogeyman. He finally avenged that loss. First fight, he just wasn't ready. It was his UFC debut. Too inexperienced. He learned from the loss. Second fight, again, not as short notice as the first, but not as prepared. Wasn't prepared for lightweight. Didn't take the transition from 45 to 55 seriously. Wasn't ready for the power of Dustin. Got hurt early in the first 2 rounds. Dustin had the early lead and then ran away with he beat Max at the finish line in the 5th round of the second fight, which won him the contest. But finally, within 13 years, within this 3-fight saga, Holloway gets the final win of the chapter because he's the more improved between the two and the hungrier between the two. physically he looked better and skill wise he looked better. And I knew Max Holloway's improved footwork and his improved defense was going to be a factor because Holloway showed great defense. He was slipping Dustin shots. He was bobbing and weaving, ducking and slipping, landing good body shots, landing good counters, and he was able to get Poirier's respect. So, good performance by Holloway. I'm glad Dustin. I mean, I wish Max could have got the early finish, but you know what? At least Dustin didn't get to go out on a bad loss. He lost, but he lost going out like a warrior, showing his toughness. And Holloway got to show his improvements and get this win. And I guess I don't know what's next. I don't want to see Holloway versus Topuria right now. Just do the Holloway Oliveira rematch, and I guess do Pimblet versus Armin Sarukian in Abu Dhabi and Gaethje. Give him the title shot. Let him get knocked out by Ilya and MSG. And maybe they'll do Holloway Oliveira on the same card. Although I want Oliveira to take more time off from that Ilya KO, and I think Max would beat him again. Like without the injury, I think Holloway would handle him pretty badly. But yeah, glad Max became the first man to defend the BMF title and the second champion to break the Paulo Costa curse. Max came in clutch because I was losing all my picks. I was so nervous. I was like a nail biter for 5 rounds, especially when Max got dropped. I'm like, am I about to go 0-5 on this main card? It's never happened. I've never got every fight wrong on a main card, ever. And I was thinking about picking Dustin. He was my initial lean, and if I stuck with Dustin, I would have lost every pick on this card. So, oh my gosh, man. But what a night. I mean, we didn't really get any finishes on the main card, but we got a bunch of good fights. It was good to see Unk MJ win, you know. Good to see Pitbull get his first UFC win. D-Rod Holland was a banger. Holland went from almost being finished in the second round to then almost finishing D-Rod in that third round. And I was so pissed. He almost had him, but D-Rod ended up finishing that round on top. And Costa, we saw vintage Paulo Costa. You know, he actually showed some improvements too. Like he showed improvements fighting off the back foot, counter punching. He actually does have power. His power's not overrated like I thought. And he didn't rely on his pressure for his striking to be effective. So that was nice to see. Even though I got a lot of picks wrong, I was glad to see Costa win. Would have preferred Holland, but it is what it is. I was glad to see Pitbull win. I was glad to see MJ win. And of course, I'm more than happy to see Max Blessed Holloway win. Sad for Dustin. I love both guys, but, Dustin had a great career, and I'm glad that Poirier got his retirement tribute. He deserved it, man. If Michelle Watterson's getting her retirement video, if Carla's getting one, they got to do one for Dustin Poirier. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like and subscribe, and peace out.